go.
Yeah.
Right.
I gave you the countdown.
Well, I was counting slower than you were, probably.
The trouble is, you do the countdown and then you stop at 3, and then there's 2 seconds for Ted to forget where he is and what's going on.
I thought I'd stop at 5 this time because stop at 4.
I got to 3 and then you stopped, so I had to start again.
Oh dear, 1 minute in and it's already gone wrong.
Well, I thought I'd stop at 4 this time so that I had enough time to change the volume and switch the. Never mind.
In fact, everyone was looking at Ted and he's there.
If people don't know, basically what we do is I sit there and I go 5, 4, and I do a 3-second countdown silently while I change all the volumes over and load it to picture of Ted. And
you didn't wave your fingers about this time.
Yeah, we talked about this. He can't wave his fingers and wave his mouse around at the same time.
No, so you have to count down with me.
Can you not nod?
I'm too busy. I'm too busy panicking that I've pressed all the wrong buttons.
I don't know. You're fired, Foxx. You're fired. Yeah.
Don't fire him yet. Wait till the end.
Yeah.
Because if you fire him now, it will just turn it off.
I have control of the big button.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the mayhem that's known as eModels live stream on a Monday night. That's us lot. We are professionals, you know. We do know what we're doing.
Yeah. Anyway, thanks for coming. See you next week. Bye.
Good evening. Welcome to the eModels web live stream. Ted at eModels, emodels.co.uk. That's us. That's it all in one. There's me, Ted, Foxx, Chris. What's he called again?
Bob.
The noob bloke.
Other guy. Newbie.
Colin. And the rest of us.
And I. You forgot I again. You always forget I, don't you?
No.
I.
Yeah, it's as usual. Monday night. Well, we don't know what's going to happen. We already don't know what's happened. But yeah, it's Monday night. We're doing what we do usually. So it's over to you guys. You can chat along, throw some things at us, throw some questions at us.
Food at us, that'd be nice.
Ted at emodels.co.uk. Talk about modelling stuff. Talk about anything. We usually don't talk about modelling
stuff. Talk about modelling stuff. Yeah, good luck with that one. Good luck with that one.
Asterisks. Model talk may not be included.
Yes, model talk not guaranteed.
eModels.co.uk. You've got to have the pauses in the right places. Turn it to quick just doesn't work.
No, everybody's all confused now. It's Ted at eModels. eModels.co.uk.
Thank you very much.
.co.models.e.
.co.emodels.me.co.us.
To me, to you. Don't forget, of course, everyone. This is your show, and I don't know what I'm going to say now. It's all gone wrong. This is your show, and we depend on you to give us stuff to talk about. You can see the chat there. There's the chat. I'm pointing at it. It's over there. In my world,
I've got mine over there as well.
The strange thing is, in my world, I'm looking here, but the chat's actually over there. I can see it, so it's really weird. I'm saying it's over there, and it actually is over there. But yes, you're in the chat. If you can't,
the chat's over there.
Up there.
No, it's over there.
I was pointing to my chat that I've got on the screen, but it's not actually there. It's over there, isn't it?
So you're pointing in the wrong direction anyway. Yes, if you can see the chat here, that's not the actual live chat. That's just the chat for courtesy of people who watch this later on. If you want to join in the live chat, you can do. If you want to make sure you are on the YouTube page where this stream is actually taking place. So if you can't see the live chat anywhere, you're probably watching on eModels website or somewhere else it's embedded. So make sure to click on the little YouTube icon that's down here in the bottom right-hand corner somewhere, down under there, under Ted's head. Click on that and you go to the YouTube page where you can join in the live chat. And you want to because we'll do stuff and give things away and all kinds of bits and bobs. But if you can't get access to live chat, you can just send, like Ted said, an email. The email address is always up here, ted@emodels.co.uk. If you can access the live chat, if you want to get our attention, put your comment in big fat capital letters so we have a chance of seeing it. Because like we said, all our chats are like over there or over here. So we'll do what we can. But if you really want us to be hang on. Gin.
I thought it was just me.
Pint of gin. If you really want to get your comment seen, I've got a wet moustache now. If you really want your comment to get seen, you can do the little dollar symbol at the bottom of the chat window, which is the super chat, and that puts your chat in a big coloured box, and we don't have any chance but to see it then. So if you want to do that, you can do. I'll shut up now. Bye.
Yeah,
it's really warm in here.
Yeah, but you keep talking, Foxx. Do you have a scientific fact for us?
I do, and I shall switch to it now. Let me find my scientific fact of science.
I just noticed that I've got the chat popped out. It hasn't got the little dollar symbol on it.
If it's popped out,
it has on the chat next to the window, next to the video thing.
I didn't think it was moving very fast, and then I realised I got the video for last week's up on pause. And
Colin, don't ever change, mate. Don't ever change.
I'm sat and I'm like, it's not moving very much.
This chat's a bit dead, isn't it?
Yeah, he said that last week.
And then he's thinking, why am I seeing Ted when Foxx is talking? That's not right. And he's not moving his lips.
Yeah, lip sync.
And why does he look like that bloke from Bergerac? What's going on? Anyway, science fact for today. Part of my ongoing campaign to take all you heathens out there and educate you in the way of science, which is, of course, the most important thing you should know in the world. Everything else is rubbish. Science is important.
Science is awesome.
Yes, and today, thank you very much. Stick in your basket. Now, today in history, today in science history, on this very day, in 1954, in Poughkeepsie, in America land, there's a feather that's living in Poughkeepsie. There's a song, never mind. In IBM displayed, and I'll start this whole thing again, shall I? In 1954, in Poughkeepsie, IBM displayed a large all-transistor calculator needing only 5% of the power of comparable electronic ones. Good news, everybody! 3 years later, in 1957, IBM introduced the IBM 608, the first all-transistor commercial calculator. What they don't tell you is, it was probably the size of France.
Yeah. Yeah, do you remember them? The red calculators. They had the red screen on before the LCD came in.
I want one of those. We had a watch, one of those old original digital watches with the screen like that once, and I still wish I'd kept it. It'd be worth pence.
Yeah, and you had to press the button every time to see what the time was.
Yeah.
I've got one of them now. I thought it was, I thought we were stepping forward in technology, but I've got a Fitbit type thing. You've got to press the button to see the time. So yeah, it's taking a step backwards, really. Isn't it?
It's like a fit just says, "Eat more kale, eat more kale." No.
Yeah.
Quinoa,
Yeah,
quinoa.
maybe it's making you exercise by pressing the button.
Could be.
It's when you get that message come up and it says breathe, and you're like, I am breathing.
Today you've done 5 steps. Yay! Participation award time. Well done, you.
Steps to the fridge and 3 steps back. It should say 6.
Oh, it's miscalculated. It's not taking the extra weight into account.
Right, where were we up to?
I've no idea. It's really warm in this room all of a sudden.
Must be.
Yeah, it must be over to Chris then. Who's in tonight then, Chris?
Who's in tonight? We're here.
Yeah, we're in. That's 4 of us.
I see
Well,
Ted, Foxx, Chris,
now
Colin.
we've got Colin turned up. If there's nobody else turns up, we can talk amongst ourselves.
That's right.
Won't be as boring.
Not Colin anymore though, because he's here.
Yeah. So well, yeah.
Ted, is that bloke on the end with that? No, the other one with that.
Oh, right. Who's in, Chris?
The one with the hat and the glasses and the beard, yeah?
The other one with the hat and the glass.
And the black shirt, yeah.
I'm thinking I'm a bit left out here. I need to grow a beard, don't I?
Yeah.
Well, the beard is slightly shorter than normal because I might have had a slight beard trimming incident this morning.
Did you ever get it long enough that you can plait it and put a little bow in the bottom?
I kind of got the blades tangled up, so I had to resort to a pair of scissors to cut the trimmer off my beard.
Have you ever done that thing where you've been there and men with beards will know this, where you've got the beard trimmers and you're like la 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 la, and then you go,
yeah,
you know what? I'll do a goatee. I think there you go, because you just
I thought
you go a bit far and it goes wrong.
Couldn't be bothered to put the comb on it. I thought I'll be all right. I'll just nip at it.
Oh, it's so painful.
Yeah.
Do you know what's really?
I'm thinking. We keep saying that I should grow a beard, but I need a reason to grow a beard. So
because everybody else does. Peer pressure.
It's very good to contemplate your disastrous kit build because you can sit there and you're like,
I think either the tash comes off or the beard gets grown. I think there should be. I think we should make it a worthwhile.
I think you should do one of those Van Dyke beards, Ted. You know.
Yeah.
The thing is, what Ted really means when he says "I need a reason," he means I need a justification for Mrs. Ted for me to grow a beard.
Yeah,
so
I need to explain it to Mrs. Ted in a to say you're doing it for charity for eModels.
Charity, but there's no way that you're allowed to remove the moustache. The moustache cannot come off. It's not.
No.
You break the internet.
All you're doing is growing the moustache out so it covers more of your face.
Just to let it grow long. Just don't have just grow the moustache down.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm at risk of pain of death from Foxx if I shave the beard off now, so it's staying.
I never said that. Never said that, did I? Did I? I probably did. Yeah.
You will keep it. It is staying.
Yes.
Until
that's-
you have
that's-
an accident, and then
But that is the one advantage of if you've got a full beard like us, is if you do mess up any of the side bits, you've suddenly got a goatee.
The thing
it's
is,
only-
with me,
if-
though, because I've got people might have noticed I've got a bit of a shiny canister. It's where would a beard end?
That's true.
Hence
I don't
why
know.
I
I never
do the
thought of that.
mm.
I think it should end just below your hat. Then when you take your hat off, it'll look awesome, won't it?
This is a beard sack.
Because I do that if I think I want to cut my hair a little bit, but if I grow my beard out like big fluffy beard again,
Yeah,
you just stop with it.
because when I was younger, I had the full beard, the old ZZ top going. But like I say, now that I've got the chrome dome, it's where would I end the beard?
Where does it stop? Does it just keep growing further up?
Well, I could.
does it
I
just
could
fade
do
out?
a strand where this part of the sideburn goes over the top of my head and joins the other one.
I think actually, Colin, for science, I think what we need to do is grow the sides out so we can see where the hair actually just physically stops growing.
I'm like Teen Wolf, mate. It grows right up underneath my eyes. It's like.
Oh, just in a straight line from there downwards.
Yeah, I'm half man, half Wookie.
Ooh. Right.
Shall I snooze in tonight?
Anyway,
Yeah,
thanks
who's
for
in
watching.
tonight,
Come
Chris?
again.
The first one I have in my chat is Lord Berkeley III. Actually, I'm going to have a drink before I get into it because
Because there's a lot of words to say.
Yeah.
right. So we have Lord Berkeley.
That's a rubbish
Dad's in
singing
one of your
voice.
mods. Dad, Lord Berkeley, Dad, and Lord Berkeley, and Dad. Right, then we've got Sergeant Bones, Lindsay. She's got one of her occasional times off so she can watch tonight. So
Where is Sergeant Bones?
then Dad and Lord Berkeley and Dad, and Lord Berkeley and Dad, Lord Berkeley, Dad.
It's almost like it's a private chat room, isn't it?
It's terrible. It's Sergeant Bones.
It's like he's trying to start a motorbike, isn't it? Dad, 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 dad.
We've got that Festa 67's workshop blokes in. Then Dad, Sergeant Bones, Lynn.
I was on the wrong chat.
He's singing. He's singing.
Just Bob.
Just
Sergeant Bones, Bob. Bob, Dad, Bob, Dad.
It's not that much fight going now, isn't it? Chappy.
This
Phil
is
Kett,
the downside of being like Dad being everybody's friend is that it's all Dad in the chat.
every time someone new comes in, there's a whole chorus of hello, you, hello to you, hello. Phil Kett, Lewis Williamson. Lewis Williamson. I think Lewis has got to go. He's got to do some driving, he should say, but I don't know how long he's in for.
Could you do dads to the Captain Scarlet music? Dad,
No.
dad, 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 dad.
We've got AJ, Dave Jones, Mark, Michael Jackman, Paul DeTomaso, model making guru,
Don't know who that is.
Paul Horner, Osric's in, H.G. Barnes, Brian Wimwell. Brian Wimwell was in really early. I noticed that. But
Brian Wimwell was in like within a minute of me setting up the stream earlier on this afternoon.
Yeah, it was like 7 hours to go.
Let's go. And there's 4 people in the chat. Yeah, Matt Bradford, Michael Jackman, also Matty's Metal Detecting South Wales.
Still don't know what he does, where he does it, who he is.
Exactly. We'll never know. Philip Prime, Skullfish.
Skullfish. I was just about to say it before you said it then because I saw you do the little.
Red
and I was
Lemon
like,
is in. Wayne Hayward, Carl Winch, Norman Long, Donald McKenzie, Cynical Steve, Rusting Customs Models, Andrew Preston, Zadster,
I like the little sing-song bit.
Jamie Bone. Just working through my brain if I've already said them or not, and I think I've probably said most of them. Oh, Will B is in saying hello, guys. Danny Heron.
Oh, he says, big thanks for launching model chicken a few weeks ago. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Toby Page. Monkey 55550.
Monkey 5. I thought you were pausing for me then.
No, I was just pausing because it had jumped. Simon Payne. Dad says lol 4 times for some reason. I'm not sure about that.
So it says da, da, da,
I haven't been reading what the messages are, but you know. Clarky, I think I've said that already. Frogspawn, evening peeps, and Andrews plays games. He's in saying hi everyone, and that's the bottom of the chat. So that's it. I don't know what anyone said, but I know the people that have said it.
All that conversation glossed over.
Well done, Chris. Proud of you, mate.
Thank you very much. You can do it next week.
I'm filling up now. I'm filling up. It grows so fast.
Yeah, the text of the story is very good, but I feel the content is lacking.
Yes. Talking of which, I'm going to do a quick refresh, so everybody stand by for just Jake's.
Should we have to freeze?
Yeah, freeze a set. That didn't work. Wait a minute. That didn't work, did it?
You have to let us know if it's better.
Yeah, that all went to pot then. They just looked at me for like 2 minutes there. I don't know the downside of these technological nightmares.
A serious question in the chat there from HG Bar.
Oh God, do we?
Oh dear.
It's a model making question, which we
God.
which I'm sure we can twist around to food and things like that. Foxx and all, what dry brushing tips do you have since you find it relaxing? And so does he now. Yeah, just chill. Just do a very little paint on your brush.
Yeah.
Slap it on, wipe it all off, and then just gently take your time. A little bit. I usually find build it up. Don't try and do it all in one go.
Mm-hmm. I would say little tiny circular motions is always a good way. If you want to get a nice soft blend between, say, two colours, so you're doing a highlight, say something's blue and you want to do a blue highlight of a lighter blue, little soft motions. Use a nice soft brush and just make sure you're doing little circular motions, and that helps blend the colours. You can do it very, very gently. Go really gently so you can slowly build up the colour. Mm-hmm. And the little circular motions will help obscure any brush marks because they'll all blend away. And just get a nice podcast going or something to listen to while you're working, and stack all the bits up, ready to roll, and just have fun. And rinse the brush out and hairdryer it every 5 minutes just to get any clunks of paint out.
I was doing some dry brushing on my stream yesterday, and we were talking about little circular motions. And which way round do your circular motions go when you're dry brushing?
Well, it depends.
Do you go clockwise or anti-clockwise?
It depends what side of the hemisphere you're on.
Does it? If you're southern hemisphere, you have to go the other way.
Go the other way.
Don't you be looking at my hemisphere?
Which way around do you go? Because I think clockwise is natural for most people. I think
I go anti-clockwise.
Yeah, I'm anti-clockwise. I'm like,
yeah, well, I'm left-handed, so I'm just trying it now, and it naturally became left.
No, I did notice yesterday watching.
So that's okay. But these two guys are wrong.
Well, I did notice yesterday watching Chris do it that he holds a brush. Like you hold the brush like that,
pretty much like that. Yep.
Where I hold it like that, and I hold it like that.
Yeah, it's a sudden thing. I bet he holds his little pinky up drinking tea.
Only went on drinking.
Was fork handles. Well, that's the only because I mentioned it because he was doing his dry brushing like that, and if I try and do that, I find this finger gets in the way and I can't do nice loose circles. So I do that and I can just go.
Yeah.
That's how I hold a pen though with that finger as well.
Yeah.
So it's just natural.
I find I get easier movements with the. I don't know how. I've never used my middle finger like this. It's always tucked away.
You should try it like that. Just grab.
Yes.
Get the brush and you just slap it.
Yeah. The one thing I would say with dry brushing, if you want to keep it relaxing, is if you do too many layers of it, you can build up a slight texture. This is in progress at the minute, and this is all dry brushing, the shading of the yellows and stuff, and I did end up with a kind of texture on the yellow on the helmet here. You can't see it on camera here, but there's like a bit of a texture to it because I used a rough brush, and I did sort of 3 different layers of colour, and you can go so far, but as soon as you start to see a texture appear, just stop, because you're just going to get, if you don't mind the texture, it's fine, but if you start to see a little texture appearing, just stop, because you've gone far as you can go. If you're doing like multiple coats for different shades and layers, just stop at that point.
Apparently I missed George Taylor when I was going through my naming, so apologies, George, it wasn't deliberate, I just didn't see it.
Yeah.
Fired.
We have some answers. We have Skullfish says he double turtle with Widdershins.
Widdershins. What's Widdershins?
It's one of the directions. Jamie Bone says he dry brushes clockwise. HG Barnes says it depends on where you want the shadow with dry brushing and where people will look at it.
Mm.
Yeah, so different people do it in different directions, but it doesn't really matter.
I do find dry brushing is a great way to get an airbrush pro shade effect if you don't have an airbrush. It has limitations. It's not as fine and soft and delicate as airbrushing, and the blends aren't as soft. And like I say, there is a potential to get a little bit of texture there, but it is a great way if you haven't got an airbrush. It's a great way to get that kind of post shade effect without actually using an airbrush to do a pre-shade effect, if you know what I mean. If you're doing different colours, like a grey, then a lighter grey and a slightly lighter grey and getting smaller every time, it's a great way to do that kind of shaded effect.
Mm-hmm.
Brian Wimwell asks me, Fox, any news on the Falcon? No, I'm still working on the big Cesabi at the moment. That needs to finish first before the big Falcon starts, so hopefully fairly soon. Hopefully.
We'll hear when he starts. We'll be out here him screaming, "Yay, I'm starting on the Falcon!"
Yes.
Yeah,
wherever you are.
Yeah, there'll be lots of posts and big unboxings and taking the top off and look. Yeah.
By the way, Carl Winch says I'm different. I dry brush up to down very lightly. There's two different ways to dry brush. We should have pointed that out. There is, if you're trying to catch an edge, you can flick it back and forth or flick it up and down, and that's just catching edges to get like edge highlights. If you're wanting to get a fade or a blend, I don't know if you can see on there, there's like a dark shadow around the edges here. That's literally all. This is all dry brushed. So I painted it yellow. I put a dark wash over it and then dry brushed up the highlights. If you're doing that, that's when using the little circles to get highlights and different coloured areas. If you're doing it back and forth, that's just to be picking out edges and stuff like that. So there are two different ways to dry brush. So it does depend which one you want.
Like pulling boots, isn't it? Small circular motions.
Speed says Widdershins is the opposite of turnwise. Everyone knows that.
What? I don't know what any of the words mean.
Have you not read much Pratchett?
Oh,
yeah, but not committed it all to memory. It's been a long time. I don't remember every word from every book.
Right.
Tyler Davis asks, are you guys in the UK? Yes, eModels.co.uk, your one-stop shop for all your model making needs.
Yeah,
Two from the proper part of the UK down south, and the
no,
other.
they're in the nonsense part down south. Me and Ted are up in the proper north.
Yeah, we're in the UK because nobody else will have us.
Yeah. But eModels do ship pretty much anywhere, so don't let that put you off.
Or if you want to send tickets so we can come over and we can do the live show from wherever you live.
We can do it from your house.
yeah.
As long as you provide food in the house and the internet and the cameras and the...
Could you
everything
imagine us lot on a road trip going through the airport? It'd be organised chaos, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I think we should get a tranny van with eModels on the side and go on tour.
No, we have to get a 1970s Lincoln Continental soft top with the bull horns on the front, with the boss hog horns on the front.
Yeah.
Depending on where you're going, though, wouldn't it, Fox?
Hey?
Well, if you're going to Spain, then you probably don't want that.
Well, no. I mean, if we go to America, for example.
Yeah, it's got to have that air horn in it. Da, 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 da.
Yeah.
Says it must be like 8 p.m. where you guys are. It's more like 9:20, actually. But,
9:20 in the evening times.
Yeah, but only for another week and the clocks go back.
Oh, God. And I've got to change all my things to GMT.
He's only just got the right date on it.
No, I think the clock in the car will become right again because I bought the car at the end of October, so it's every year it doesn't get changed. So October to.
Do you know what? I've got to tell you, Ted, I'm glad it's not just me that leaves the clock wrong for 6 months of the year.
it's not wrong for 6 months. It's right for 6 months.
Yeah, half full, half empty. Yes, I know what you mean. It's an hour out for half the year.
United States, he says.
Yeah,
Okay,
because
cool.
it's easy going forward, but it's a bitch when you have to turn the clocks back because you have to go right round again, don't you?
Andrews Plays Game says eModels tour in a giant RV. Funnily enough, we do have access to a not giant RV, but
Yeah, we could do Ted's UK roadshow, couldn't we?
yeah, we could fire up the Ted house.
Yeah. Should we do like a seaside special and have party?
We can put a little sticker on the side of the motorhome. It'd be fine.
Yeah, we need to take it to the garage so they can jack up the wheels so they sit like that, like in the cartoons. So the wheels are kind of out like that, and it's going do. So driving at a jaunty angle. That'd be cool.
Yeah, we could have some pictures of us drawn out, waving out the windows and that.
Our cartoons all down the sides.
Yeah, one of us hanging out the side window with plates flying out. Oh, the japes.
Says, how about a 4-seater tandem like the goodies? That'd be more our speed.
Oh, I've so got the theme tune in my head now.
I don't know that I trust the two in the back to not pedal though.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I can just see it now. I can see it now. We've got Pete. Pete, we've got this great idea. There you go. That's tandem.
Yeah, we did a big RV. I got a bike.
Yeah, it is 2 tandems. Off you go.
2 tandems welded together.
Quick to the Tedmobile, says Osric. Frog Spawn says, have you seen the size of the car park at eModels? The camper van will be the size of a Mini.
Yeah, but there's a good mechanic next door, so we can get. Yeah,
That's true.
We'll get it signed up, and then we'll eModels road to you.
You can see all the UK holiday destinations barricading their doors and taking their booking sites down.
Yeah, we're closed for the moment.
Yeah.
That's yeah.
No, I'm not even thinking about it anymore because it's sad.
No, if he's going to drive, I'll have to drive because I'm
You'll have to
sensible. I'm the sensible one. Half
We're not insured.
Plus we're not
Us
insured.
three will be in the back going, are we there yet?
I need a wee.
There's a toilet. Yeah, it's got its own toilet, so we don't have to stop.
Over there going, the kettle fell off the cooker again. I can't make a brew.
Yeah, Fox, you're good at making the brews. You can make for all of us.
Probably in charge of the brews. Yeah.
Yeah, I asked. Anybody want a brew? No, you're all right. Thanks, Darl. You're all right. Thanks. 10 minutes later, Fox asked, anybody want a brew? Yeah.
Yeah, it's always the way.
All these friends just appeared with cups.
Always the way. It's always the damn way. You guys. I'm going to try refresh again because Chris and Colin are a bit chunky.
Because we're too far away.
That's good.
Yeah.
I
Tonight.
naturally look like
Because
this.
you're all... It's just Southern Broadband, right? Give me 10 seconds, guy. 2 seconds. Hang on. See if I can not mess this up this time. Where's the thing? I can't see it.
Well, we
billing?
can't because when he's away, we're not being broadcast, so it doesn't matter what you say.
I had to press the button to rejoin each time, but there's a camera right in front of where the button goes on the screen, so I'm like, I can't see it.
We just got up to the stage of belly and bench. What's on people's benches and what's on the belly this week? We always do that bit. People quite like that. Now, is it something this week?
Yeah, what are you working on and what have you had for your dinner or what you're going to have for your dinner?
And on that note, what have you guys been working on this week? Colin, we'll start with you because you're on the left-hand side. Yeah, wake up.
That boy at the back with the hair.
What's up?
Yeah.
Morning.
Have I just been caught not paying attention?
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently so. Yes.
Home.
Yeah, just like a teacher, just when you're out scribbling a note. Yeah.
Also,
boy, give me that.
Also, cameras
Big
locked on
boy
you as well.
did it
So
and run away. What was the question?
What have you been up to this week, Colin? Obviously not a lot.
I've been doing the Mad Max truck. I've been, because I've got this buddy build coming up. I'm not starting any new kits at the moment. I'm kind of going around the cave and finding half-built kits everywhere. So, yeah, I've been building the Mad Max truck. So episode 4 of that will be going up this week. It's only 6 months later. And that's pretty much it, really. Just moving the cave round still and getting everything sorted out.
Yeah, cool.
So,
Chris, Chris, over to you. You're next.
I'm next. I'm in different order to you. I've got Colin then Fox, but I'll go next.
wait, does this mean Ted's got the things in the same order that I've got them? That's weird.
Well, you don't know. You might have the other 2 wrong. No, don't know.
Yeah, that's true.
I've done the foot.
A foot.
Built and foot.
What?
Skeleton foot. This is a build for eModels, and the video is now live on the eModels U channel, like this channel that you're watching this on now. It's here. It's just behind this one. It was just put up.
Yeah, you don't need to go and watch it yet. Just hang on. You can watch it.
Yeah, don't go now.
I built the Lindbergh Science Kit 1-to-1 foot skeleton.
Dancing phalanges.
Phalanges, these phalanges, and there are other bits that have got other names which I don't remember.
Metatarsals.
Tarsals and metatarsals.
Oh, Chris, by the way, calcaneum.
Okay, I don't know what that means.
You said calcanium, I think.
I didn't say that because I don't know what that means either.
I think it's calcanium.
Did I?
Could have got that wrong. I'm
Oh,
doing it from memory. It's kind of where your finger was just then.
foot.
Up a bit.
A bit of foot.
Right a bit. No, other bit of foot. There. Somewhere is the calcanium, I think.
You don't read the instructions. So,
It's only
Yes.
I'll put the instructions away for now because I've built it. Look. So the video is now live, able for your viewing pleasure. It's a part 1 of a 2-part video. The second part is going to be the painting of it to make it look like a foot.
You're not going to get like 10 painting videos out of that.
No, one painting video I think will be plenty sufficient. It's not a huge kit. It's not. Yeah. I don't know how long the painting video will be because I haven't done it yet because I haven't painted it yet.
So we will have to have another trip to eModels before Christmas because
in about a week's time, I think.
I'll phone them up and get them to send me something else. I don't know. My next build, I have no idea at all. As I generally do, I'll do this. Is obviously the eModels build. Then I'll do one out of my stash to, just get myself back to normality after doing the 1-to-1 foot because it's a bit big for me. The scale is not quite right according to my normal scales.
So is it bigger than your foot because you're really small?
I haven't compared it to my foot.
I thought he had grown because he's got another foot on him.
Beyond Hope does ask Chris, how big is that thing?
How big is that thing? It's that big. Hang about. I shall get a ruler.
I'm going to guess it's about a foot.
It is exactly a foot, but the size is. It is. What's a foot? 12 inches, isn't it? So it's not a foot. It's 9 inches from heel to toe.
So you've been shortchanged then?
So it's not a full foot.
Yeah.
I don't know what size foot that would be. If anyone wants to work out what size
It'd be about
UK measurement,
I'd probably hazard a guess and say it's probably about a 9-inch foot.
Yeah, but it'd have a little bit extra of bone and muscle and skinny stuff, wouldn't it? So it'd be a little bit. So it might be 9.5 inches.
Yeah, so they should market it as not quite a foot.
It's definitely a foot. I can tell it's a foot because it's got toes and stuff.
The Lindbergh, fully articulated, almost a foot.
Fully articulated 9 inches.
And for your next eModels build, are you going to do the Lindbergh life size other foot?
They don't do another foot. They do a single foot, and it's a right foot, and that's the only foot they do.
It's a right foot, you are.
I think I'll leave the rest of the Lindbergh science kits that eModels have in stock for the rest of you.
No.
We could do one each,
mate.
We could do one each. As a little project. So when you've finished doing your next build, you can do the science kit. It's fun.
For that, just in case anybody's wondering, because somebody did mention this when we were picking out our new kits, and Chris was saying about doing the foot. We did ask if they had the half a horse in, so we could do that instead, but they didn't have any in.
Natalie Williamson says 9-inch would be a UK size 5.
No,
That's a little foot then.
It's quite a small foot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
we little fella's foot.
So your kit is about a UK size 7.
Okay, we've got a fight in the chat now, then, haven't we?
Now, my feet are actually size 7.
when you put the rule there, while I'm asking Foxx what he's been doing, you can get on with the measuring.
It's steady now. I've been toiling away on a few things. I've still, of course,
Smaller than my foot.
It's
Smaller than my foot.
Hey, I'm still, of course, toiling on with the Sazabi, which is still at the on-stick stage. I'm still in the process of doing the dry brushing for the dry brushing's all been done for the shading. I've got paint chipping to do, I've got decals to do, and lots more to do. But the Bulbasaur face is now no longer all one colour, it's yellow on the top. And once you realise it looks like Bulbasaur, you can't not see Bulbasaur. So there you go. So it's a Bulbasaur Gumpler. So that's been going on. And like you saw earlier on, I've been working on my little Funko Pop Space Marine, which I shouldn't really show on screen because it's got rude words on it. It's an angry Marine. I just realised that and I totally didn't think about that a minute ago. Hey, family-friendly show, folks. Totally forgot that bit.
Dave Cardboard just made a comment. Is he the only one looking at his foot now and trying to work out how long it is?
Paul Holness is just taking the skin off my foot. Size 7, about 9 inches.
Hang on.
So,
see how big my foot is. My foot is.
Yeah. Everybody out there, if you've got a tape rule, measure your foot.
feet.
Well, I'm a size 9, but my foot is about 9 inches. So I don't get that.
Isn't. Then your tape measure is broken, or your foot.
I must have a weird.
Was that the
tape
broken?
measure.
Was that the broken foot? So it could be shortened.
Did you forget to measure your toes?
It could be an American tape measure. It's probably in like cups or bushels or something.
Oh dear.
Yeah. As for me, what have I been doing? I've been doing part 1 of this.
Oh.
The build. So I've started filming. I've worked out that I can film on my pink iPhone. Never noticed it was pink, did you? Yeah.
I thought that was your ambient lighting in your bedroom there, Ted.
How would you
I
know?
noticed. I just didn't want to ask the question.
Yeah.
There's some things I don't want to know the truth.
The reason I've got a pink iPhone is because I inherit iPhones off the children when they upgrade. If they upgrade, I get the cheap.
Mama Fox would say exactly. She gets my iPhones when I upgrade as well.
We have some discussion in the chat about feet now. Mark says my foot is just smaller than my shoe. Beyond Hope says I'm a UK size 12. I've got big feet. That's quite big. Yeah. Spruglu says I'm standing on my cutting mat, 26 centimeters.
You now get down off the table, you heathen.
Andrew Griffin says 265 millimeters. So that's very similar. So yeah. The UK sizes don't actually make any. They're just a random number, aren't they? They just picked a number and said that's a 3.
Yeah, because I think the EU sizes are based on centimeters or something. Like a UK size 9 is a EU size 48 or something.
Yeah,
I've got a size 48 foot. What?
But a size 10 isn't twice the size of a size 5, is it?
I have no idea.
So it's
Cobblers.
Pretty much.
I was just asking, do we have any cobblers in here that could?
Cynical Steve says my foot's just over 11 inches long with the skin on, and of course I'm a UK 12. So there's another big feet in the chat there.
Yeah, man size feet there.
Lynn says she's a US 8.5. That would be English 8.5, but that's 8.5 American.
Yeah, well, a monkey says a UK 9 is a US 10.
Oh, okay. But it could be logarithmic. A size 5 could be a size.
I think it's written on the bottom of my slippers. Hang on. 8 stroke 42.
Haven't you got little feet?
Hey,
Size
that's
8.
bigger than my feet.
Are they? Haven't you got little feet?
Yeah, but I've never fallen over because of them.
You got little tiny feet.
It's perfect size. Frog Spawn UK size 7. Same as my wife. Never had to buy shoes in years. Frog Spawn size 7. So it's team size 7. Yeah.
It must suck walking around in high heels all the time, though.
No, it's quite comfortable. I wouldn't know.
Ray Aquilina from Malta is in. Hi, Ray.
I'd say Raisin says hello.
Yep.
Sergeant Bone says German size 43, which is size 9.
Das ist richtig.
To which Mark says 9, as in
9.
9. No.
Yeah.
Beyond Hope says, Ted, forget the size of your feet. What is this about hosting a live stream for eModels in slippers?
I'm wearing slippers.
Yeah, but the other thing is that between the t-shirt and the slippers is nothing else.
Nah.
There's nothing wrong with slippers. Slippers are like little hugs for your feet.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm barefoot right now, so
I found with slippers though that when you buy them, you usually buy them off the market because you don't spend a lot on slippers. You buy them a size smaller because they always stretch. When they stretch, you have to go out and buy another pair.
I get slippers for like Father's Day presents. So
you always get slippers.
Now I think I'll get a new pair.
Ted, the question is: are your slippers like fluffy slippers, or are they like Dad from the Beano, Dennis the Menace style slippers?
No, I've got sensible slippers at the moment.
They got the pattern on the tartan and everything.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the sign that when you sit down, Ted, do you sit down or do you settle?
Yeah, it's usually
okay. You settle. Yeah, we're all getting to that age now.
I do have my other pair of slippers here, just in case.
Oh.
I don't feel so comfortable with them because I've got no heel. So
no, I don't have any slippers. I do have a pair of what they call sliders.
That sounds terrible.
It's only for like if I go and put the bin out, or if I have to go in the garden or something and I can't be bothered putting my shoes on. They're just like the thing with the strap over the top, and
so
they look stupid. They got big stripy black. They've got a fake Adidas or something. They look stupid on me.
Clip.
Yeah, I think they're called sliders as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I've not worn them since I fell over in the garden when I was wearing them and broke my toes. So I do actually hate them completely.
I'm a little bit concerned because Clarkey says currently wearing those slippers, Chris. You're not. They're there. They've got no feet in them at all. I can tell.
Natalie Williamson says, I wish Lewis had slippers. He has an old tatty pair of steel toe cap boots that he uses instead of slippers.
That doesn't.
How
sound
can you have cozy steel toe cap boots? That's not how it works.
Can't be very good on the carpet, can it? Slippers are all right for when you put your feet on the table. You don't get shouted at as much from the wife.
Yeah, and that means you can kick the cat out the door with your foot and you don't hurt the cat at all. We don't recommend kicking cats on eModels, but sometimes you have to do.
Yeah, and the cats are available.
Beyond Hope says, aren't sliders just fancy flip-flops? Flip-flops, yeah, but they don't have the bit that goes between your toes. They just have the hoop.
Now, the Australians call them thongs.
No, thong has got the bit that goes between your big toe and your index toe.
And index toe, is that right? That's just...
I don't know. That the index, the proximal phalanges or something. You've got these structures. You tell us what they're called. But I had to get the sliders when I my feet were really painful. Before I broke my toe, I already had problems with my feet, and I had to get the sliders to allow me to not have crippling foot pain all the time, and it just made it worse apparently. But it was handy. If I need to go out in the garden and do something, I don't have to sit there and put my sneakers on to go to the bin. It's like.
Yeah, but they reckon that accident and emergency departments say more accidents from flip-flops than they do from slippers.
Yeah, I know that now.
Probably. Yeah. It doesn't name the individual toes, actually. It names the bits of the toes, as in the bit at the pointy end of the foot end. But
is it the calcaneum, by the way?
There's a bit calcaneus.
Oh, calcaneus, that's it.
Calcaneus.
Calcaneus. I think it's a hard K.
Well, one of them might be.
Yes.
Well, I think, being that you do the science bit, index toe is now the naming criteria.
Index toe, and then you got your ring toe.
Yeah.
So we could add that to the eModels dictionary of terms. We could have massive big tanks and
big tanks.
Index toes.
Index toes.
Yes.
Hang on, didn't we come up with some other ones? What was ARV? No, we didn't have ARV. What's an APC? We had APC, didn't we?
I don't know. Awesome
pickup.
Awesome pram. I don't know. We can't think of anything now. We can't.
Truck.
Yes.
It's quite a bit of chat going on there at the moment on about slippers. Jamie Bone's wearing slipper socks.
I've got some heat holders. Which, because I say I have a problem with my feet, so heat holders are great because they keep my feet warm in the winter, but they're nice and soft and squishy and padded.
You had Chris's plastic foot in it then.
Yeah, I could use that skin for the.
I thought that was a diamond shoe.
No, it's just a big fat. It's like a fat, thick sock with woolly fluffiness inside. They're brilliant in the winter. They support my feet quite nicely more than normal socks, but in the summer they just make you sweat buckets because they're like.
I did a really cozy onesie for Christmas. I bought it, but it's all red and got reindeer and.
Does it have the floppy ears and the?
It's got a hood. It could be worn for the Christmas build.
Yeah, you're going to have to wear that for the duration of the Christmas build.
Yeah. Although if it's not got kitten ears, I'm disappointed.
I think the stream seems to be a little bit confused today because earlier on someone was saying that I was in pixelated and low resolution, but Osrix just said, "Is it my system or is Chris in 4K resolution tonight?"
He's up and down. You keep going up and down. You're all over the place.
I'm definitely an extreme tonight, apparently.
Yes.
We've lost the track of belly and bench, and we've just gone straight off to slippers, haven't we?
Yep. Well, Beyond Hope says, "Thank you for joining this week's eModels modelling stream on foot fashion. On next week's eModels modelling stream,
on foot fetishes, no." Earl D says, "So Lynn, picture Foxx walking around with little beef burgers on his feet."
Yeah, someone did say something about sliders are mini beef burgers.
Okay.
LD said that. Yeah. I don't know.
There's always the fancy slippers you get for Christmas, and there's a big bare feet or things like that. So we'll keep that one running till Christmas.
Foxx has got the big bare feet at the moment.
This their way. When I was much younger, Mama Foxx and Papa Foxx did get me a big pair of like wolf slippers. They're like wolf's heads, like fluffy things. And if you squeeze the nose, it howls. They were brilliant. They were dead warm, but it had to go upstairs sideways because they were like this big. And you were like, I can't go upstairs sideways now.
Paul Horner gives you a tip, Fox. He says, "Don't tumble dry your heat holders. They come out in 1/4/4 scale.
Don't ask me how I know that.
Mm.
Yeah, but you could have them as individual index toe socks.
We could have toe socks.
Toe socks.
Oh God, don't start in some kind of like California nonsense now, like toe shoes. Have you seen those shoes you can get for running that have got individual?
Like,
Oh God, they're gross.
foot gloves.
They're not natural. It's California. What do you expect? Ah.
Sprueglue's asking me what shade of orange I'll be painting your foot. I'm going for proper bone colours. I have the colours arranged here. You can't really see them, but they're there. We've got some ivory and elfic flesh and washes and things to make them look like proper, like you've just dug them out of a graveyard bones.
I was kind of suggesting he gets creative and makes it look like a prop from Bones, all the gristle and stuff.
Yeah.
But you go that far.
Profesh.
I know.
Mm-hmm.
Lynn says, "Don't start that, Fox, about the toe shoes."
Toe shoes are wrong.
Oh, dear.
Anyway, didn't we ask everybody about an hour ago what they're having for bench and belly?
Yeah,
Have we lost that now?
People gave up and started talking about feet. So-
Okay.
A little bit. Yeah, feet, foot, shoes, feet, belly and bench. Good.
I haven't seen any, to be honest, but you know.
Earl D says belly, ribs and chicken bench. Gibson SG setup. Doing
Gibson
guitar.
SG.
Always Gibson guitar.
Hello.
Yeah.
Where are we, Ted?
Right, I've just zoomed right up till I'd stop people.
Oh yeah, I found some.
There's even more.
Oh, God.
What did you just find? What?
Yeah, we're between the eModels on tour and slippers.
I don't know where we are. I've got eModels Winnebago. I think I went too far. I've just gone too far.
Okay, well I've got
Here we go.
Beyond Hope, belly, Iceland chicken fillets. Other brands are available, and French fries. Bench Orcs.
Orcs. Lynn Dipple says PB&J sandwich. Good girl. PB&J sandwich. Barbecue crisps. Good girl. And Dr Pepper. Good girl. It's a good balanced diet. It's terrible, but it's good and it's balanced, and I fully support it.
Lynn might not come in for a while, but when she does, she makes it worth it.
Oh yeah. George Taylor says belly, cheese, crackers, grapes, and apple. Nice and healthy. Bench still on that wingnut Eindecker.
Mark Scope says homemade lasagna and a gloss coat on my panther.
Gloss coat on my panther. I'm sure there's more lines. I don't want to get copyright.
Sorry, I've just got a yep. Hello, I've just got a message coming through. Yeah, I've just got a message coming through. We're just going to give a shout out to Debbie, Debbie, the big boss.
You mean the big boss of the big boss?
Yeah, so,
Hey Debbie.
Yeah, we've got.
What was the shout out for?
Colin, the boss is in. You've got to sit up.
The shout out was
Hello.
we have to be good.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say it was a birthday or something, because didn't we have a birthday during the week
We might have done.
that we didn't mention?
I don't know. I don't know what I did yesterday.
There was a birthday during the week.
Was there a birthday during the week?
No, can't. No. Oh, all right.
No, nobody got me cakes. I forgot.
It wasn't your birthday.
Oh.
Nobody got me cakes either.
Other people's birthdays are the worst birthdays.
It was Ted's 21st in the week.
Yeah.
Yay!
Again.
It was a multiple of 21, I'm sure, but yeah.
In fact, it's that long ago, I forgot when it was. Because my memory's going, once you get to my age, your memory just goes, doesn't it? It's sort of, you get to this age and click, it turns off.
I don't know. Is it beyond what you can count up to? I don't know. That's the question.
Yeah, I give up counting now. Yeah, it was my birthday. So, but
Yes.
thanks.
What did you get, Ted? What did you get that you can talk about on a family friendly
Yeah,
show?
what can you get that you can show us?
Slippers.
And it all comes back round.
No, we get no. The fire brigade came out for the birthday candle cake lighting, but
Happy birthday, Tedward.
thank you.
To clarify from your comment earlier, Earl D talking about a Gibson SG, yes, it's a guitar.
Yeah,
He's doing guitar. He's doing guitar jobs to earn cash for his airbrush and compressor. Natalie Williamson's got belly, cheeseburgers with chips and sweet corn. Bench, just me working on my bench. That's kind of very meta, isn't it? What's on your bench? The bench that I'm working on. Still putting together my Warhammer Chimera. Paul Di Tommaso says homemade chicken soup. Oh, and too many kits to count.
Osric, belly, Chinese chicken drumsticks and garlic bread. Bench, empty.
Apparently, Frogspawn is eating hammerite.
Right, sorry, I'm just typing back to the boss. So
Okay, we'll carry on. It's all right.
Dive in, Colin, whenever you want.
You know where we are, Colin? You reading along, or?
No, I'm.
Have you got the wrong glasses again?
No.
Yeah, you are on the right chat this time, are you?
I'm trying to keep my system running because I've got other tabs open and I'm like,
Philip Prime says cottage pie and beans, followed by Jamaican ginger cake and custard. Sorting things out to build a Spitfire and an ME-109 dogfight display.
Nice. There's always somebody doing cottage pie, isn't there?
Yeah.
Cynical Steve says bench. I'll start again. Bench, bone dragon, belly, dark chocolate, Lebuchen hearts. Yes.
Yeah, for me, by the way, I had sausage casserole, and on the bench I had a sewing machine.
Ooh. For belly, I had curry with chips and rice.
Was it pot noodle curry? Was it out the cupboard curry out of a tin?
Oh no, it was a bang it in the microwave curry, but it wasn't like one of these Weight Watcher rubbish where you get the curry and the rice. It was just it's a curry and you bring your own rice and stuff, so you get a goodly amount and it's proper hot madras. It's like, oh yes, it's a local company that I'd never heard of, and it actually makes your mouth hurt. It's really nice.
one of those
Big chunks of lamb.
Lips up like a roller blind, does it?
Yeah, it's one of those special beef curries that actually tastes exactly like lamb.
Oh,
Because you should technically be able to get beef curry, but there you go. Andrew Preston, talking to curry, says chicken jalfrezi with Peshwari naan on a bench, Revell Mark 1 GTI.
Oh, I'm not going to find that. Keep going.
Michael Jackman, KFC and seatbelts.
That sounds like a Mike Lee play.
And metal undercarriage for the 124th Mosquito.
It's like the sequel to Rita Bob and Sue 2 was KFC and seatbelts. Why is my phone ringing?
Who's phoning you?
Pete, mate, why are you calling? It's Pete, mate, calling me. Pete, mate, I can't.
Yeah, you can answer it now.
Yeah.
It's Pete, mate, calling. I can't answer live on telly, Pete, mate.
Of course you can.
Reply in text.
It's like the telephone that I used to have in the background. Remember, it used to phone me up.
yeah, that's right. Yeah, the hotline.
I probably should have answered that. I don't. It was like, wait a minute.
Hey, it's for you. Hello, Foxx, you're fired.
He also sent me an email a minute ago saying, "Are you there, mate?"
Yeah, a little bit.
I guess he's not watching.
Yeah, he's watching because I got a message. He keeps commenting on what we're commenting on.
Oh, right.
Pete, what's been in your belly tonight?
Yeah, what's on your bench and what's in your belly?
Shadowland Scale Model says, Foxx, have you turned your bench around? I'm sure it used to be on your left.
Yeah, it's a space-time continuum thing.
Yeah, witchcraft and voodoo.
Yeah. Just reading through now. I've got to all the feet stuff, so I'm going to skip through all of that again. People saying happy birthday, Ted.
Thank you very much, everybody. I did try to keep it quiet these days.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
It avoids having to buy cake for everybody at work. You see.
Well, you're allowed to say it after the fact then, because I missed it. Oh.
I'm going to be distracted for a minute while I just sort something out. You guys carry on.
Something about lamb.
Lamb.
I don't know what.
Lamb's good.
Lynn went to the store and forgot to get snacks.
I'm just going to turn my microphone off for 1 second, chaps.
Yeah,
For everything. Make sure it's turned off.
You've got to have sustenance at the bench, Lynn.
Yeah. Pete just ran to say this week's prize was a perfect grade Millennium Falcon, says Spruikle.
I may have Stroop waffles to hand.
Always keeps it water to hand, yeah.
That's a requirement of being in the stream is having Stroops available. And
with my homemade Stroop waffle holder. An old computer fan cover fits perfectly on the cup, and the Stroop waffle sits thusly on the top.
Oh, most like it was designed to be that way.
Absolutely.
I've noticed quite a lot of them covers on the computers at work.
Yeah.
May not be many tomorrow.
Might be one missing, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm having that.
Paul says you're through to the eModels talk show. We could do phone in. Yeah.
It's
Feel free to phone in as long as you know the number of one of us.
Screw glue addict. they
was
said.
Pink phoning up for a swap shop. Hello, I've got a Millennium Falcon.
The screw glue addict said Pete's rung up to say this week's prize is a perfect grade Millennium Falcon.
Lynn saw the donuts and walked right by them. That's not right. You can't walk by donuts. You have to buy all the donuts.
Yeah, yeah. All the donuts have to be taken from the shelf and put in the trolley.
H.G. Barnes has a modelling question for us. How would you go about reproducing a hammered metal and pocked metal look in 1/48 scale? I would think, quite difficult. I wouldn't think 1/48 scale you're going to be looking too much at textures.
You're really looking at the kind of paints you use. You might not get the texture because you're not going to get that hammered effect. But if you use a not particularly shiny silver paint as a base, and then do lots of heavy black washes all over it, 2 or 3 coats, and then do lots of dry brushing over the top of that to bring back the shine in some areas with a brighter silver colour. And then at the very end, just get any pronounced edges, get them with some graphite, like just get a pencil or a graphite pencil, shave it off, get your finger on it and just go over the edges to get that little fringe.
Yeah, I would suggest a gold wash type first, because I'm thinking if he's looking at like weathered aluminium where it all goes pot matte and dark, it's not shiny anymore, is it? It sort of goes to that greyish type colour. Certainly a gold wash over that, wipe it all off, and then, as Foxx says, go over it again with a dry brushing of a lighter silver.
Yeah, the trick is with metallics like that to dark them down first and then bring them back. And if that kind of 1/48, you're not really going to get if it was a big massive thing like a bust of a figure with a say suit of armor or something, and you could carve in or sand away some dimples, but something that small, you're not going to get that kind of texture. So it's all about the paint job, and starting off with a not particularly shiny silver color, like a dull color, but not like a matte metallic, but like trying to think of a suitable color. I can think of a couple of colors, but they're not paints that eModels sells. But like a silver colour, then a few black washes, maybe a very light brown wash or green if it's supposed to be weathered and a bit dirty and used to give it that not clean look. And then it's bringing it back with the more shiny. If you've got any of the Vallejo metal colours, bringing it back. Don't use one of these as the base necessarily. But even things like Tamiya's flat aluminium is quite a good flat, boring, dull silver colour to start with. Then your black or brown washes, and then something like some of these metal colours are really nice for dry brushing. Very subtle. Build it up slowly, and then if there's any texture in the plastic, you'll have that texture popping out in the dry brushing.
Another option is the AK True Metal. It's like a polish that goes on as a wax. Once you rub that down, it will take up some of the texture of the plastic. But it's really nice and easy to work with as well. But
Hang on, I'm just doing some bits and bobs. Ignore me. I have ongoing communications.
Right. Who's what's in store? Is it this week?
What's in store, you say?
It's this week.
So before you do anything, Foxx, you can lock it on Chris, and we'll go over and do what's in store while you're busy.
Yeah.
Okay. Give me 1 second because I'm actually not in the stream at all. It is now locked. It is now. I'll just quickly do this is what's in store. Chris is going to do lots of talking and showing you cool things. I'll get this done quickly because I've got to do something. Really, really quickly. The video and the chat will be. Now I'm talking rubbish. Yes. No, I'm not. When Chris has shown you everything, he'll come back and say, what was the theme? Because there's a theme. What was the theme? Go. Do not answer before he says go, because we'll ignore your answer. And if you get the answer right, the first one in chat to get the answer right will win a big fat... What are we doing? A mug or a sticker?
Mug.
You'll win a mug. Yes. So don't answer before he says go. And remember, before we do anything, you need to refresh your browser because there'll be a lag between chat and video. So refresh and drag. Refresh
and drag.
Yeah, refresh your browser and drag the slider across to make sure there's no gap between the pictures and the ordinary that you're listening to with your ears and the text and chat. I'll shut up now, Chris.
Yes.
And over to Chris.
Is it my
Yes.
turn now? Is it
Now, before you start, Chris, let me refresh you because you are quite low res again.
refresh me? Make me
Oh no, hang on. You've come back now. Go on.
I come back. Am I me? Locked on.
You're you now. Yes.
Cool. Right. I'm particularly proud of this week's What's in Store. It just came to me. It's themed, as they all are, because that's the name of the game. I don't do the whole red herring things, but there are a couple in there that are a stretch. So you're pre-warned. It is themed on today as well. It's to do with the day, not particularly today, but the date.
The theme is not
That will give you an
calculated.
idea. You might have to do a bit of googling and find out what happened on the day thing.
Yes.
That's the only clues I'm going to give you until we get to the end and nobody guesses. If nobody guesses, I think that means I win a mug.
Oh.
Is that the way it works?
On that news, just while I remember, I have had word again. I've had word that new mugs are in production and super mugs are in production. I don't know what that means, but super mugs.
Big mugs for big drinkers.
So we don't know if you'll get one of the new ones if they've got them yet, but they are in production.
Are they just mugs that have got a cape?
I don't know, but if they get a mug that big, I'll be like, yes, give it to me. I want all of those.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. I'm going to try and find the buttons to stream everything. It's
So
the little
we
buttons.
haven't got personalised mugs yet, so people can collect a set.
I've been corrected. They are. Texting me left, right. They have super mugs.
E-super mugs.
That makes it equally unclear.
Yeah,
We'll find out.
They could have an eModels sort of saving scheme, couldn't they? Where each purchase you get 2 stamps, just like the Green Seal stamps days. You can change them for a mug of your choice.
Wait, didn't they used to like the petrol stations in the 80s?
E-shield stamps.
E-shield. Yeah.
E-shield stamps.
It's green.
Yeah.
Chris,
right, I'll share my screen.
Yes.
Chris,
I'm still getting texts.
What's in store? Worry about your text later. I'm doing what's in store now.
Oh, I know what he means. I think I know what he means by. Oh, okay, right.
I'll make sure you know what he means. And
I've
then
had clarity.
Right. My what's in store this week. Be prepared. It is tricky. I'm hoping that I'm going to win, and that nobody gets it. So we'll see. The first one up is the Hasegawa 124th Nissan Bluebird, 1600 SS from 1970. This is the East African Safari Rally winner from 1970.
I love them old vintage cars.
I like the fact that it's a rally car and they still give it mud flaps. It's that's going to help.
There's something to be said for old cars that are just. I know it's a rally car, but it's a run of the mill car. It's not like a fancy muscle car. It's just the car your dad might have had.
Yeah,
it's lovely. I love cars like that.
That's the only two
vintage 70s
we have, which is obviously the real thing and the model.
I can't tell if that box art is actually a photograph. Or
I'm pretty sure it is. It looks
painting.
like a photo, doesn't it?
I don't know. It could be a very, very good painting.
No,
could be.
I don't know. Hasegawa, it's not Revel painting, but it's
no. I mean, it's not got like an anime girl on the front in a short skirt.
It's got somebody in there, and there isn't in the model kit. So I'm thinking that's probably a real photo, and this is the model kit. So it's as I say, from the East African Safari. I didn't know that there were such a thing, but there you go. It's held in Kenya. Unpredictable weather, long time pools. Some people look at winning an East African Safari rally as winning 3 normal rallies, which makes it all the more exemplary that Edgar Herman won 2 rallies back to back in 70 and 71. And in 1970, he drove this, the Nissan Bluebird 1600, one of the most reliable make marks of cars available. I think I mean makes. But,
are you reading that, or have you researched it?
I've done research and memorised it all, and read it off the screen just now.
It just happens to be exactly the same words as there are on the telly.
Yeah. So
it's like
there we have number 1. So
it's like a normal rally with lions.
Any danger of lions and bears, tigers, oh my. Right. Number 2, we have Albion Alloys UC4 brass U channel, 4mm by 4mm by 4mm by 3. I don't know how they get that. That's like 4 dimensions. So
I think it means 4
by 305.
4 up, 4 down, and 4 along, and 4 and 3.
Each of the 3 sides are 4mm, and it's 305mm long.
Yeah,
that'll be it. Yep.
It's just
It's
over.
it's
just
4
over a
millimeters
foot then.
square minus 4 millimeters.
This is, as I say, Albion Alloys made by Allen Models. And
Isn't
it's
that convenient having a surname Models when you make stuff for models?
it's quite convenient, isn't it? He probably had to change it.
Yes, it might have been born as. And what was it? I've forgotten the word now. Something.
So,
Moving on.
Yeah, that's just a quick little thing for obviously scratch building and things. It's coming useful.
Yes.
It comes in a packet like that. There you go. 2 pictures for that.
Is the packet 4x4x4x3?
No, it's much bigger than that by about
Ah.
4 and a bit by 310 or so.
There you go.
Right, so that was number 2. Number 3, which is traditionally the one that people have to buy. The Hot Wheels Star Wars Force Awakens Poe Dameron's X-Wing Fighter, number 8. Now, Foxx knows something about this. He said it was a certain size and die-cast, I think.
Yes, this is not a model kit. It is a collectible. It's about 6 inches long and it's die-cast and plastic and pre-painted and coloured.
Just by coincidence, I'm just pointing out somebody mentioned in chat, so it won't be counting. We might Schoolfish mentioned UB40. That's a coincidence that was mentioned before, but it's not the right answer.
No, it's not the right answer.
No, but even if it was the right answer, we wouldn't tell you.
Yeah, and we'd ignore it now anyway. Yeah, so this is a collectible, not a model kit. So it's die-cast and plastic. It's quite high detail, and it's about 6 inches long. It's quite big.
You
It's
could
kind of-
obviously
kind of
repaint
funky.
it, but it looks like it's painted
Yeah.
quite well as it comes.
Yeah. So I think Hasbro do this kind of EX something or other range they call it, where they're not like, because it's Hot Wheels and you think they make little silly cars, but they do some detailed collectible merch as well. So it's something a bit different. But you might not know this, but eModels do sell a lot of like merch and figures and action figures and stuff. They don't just sell models and things. They do sell merch and collectible type stuff.
Yeah.
should
Although
have a look.
I don't think anybody's watching, Chris, because they're all talking about Fender's crispy pancakes in chat.
No, they
Right,
are. H.G. Barnes says, forget everything. I'd love the Albion tubes.
Hang on a minute. Since when did chat become sentient and start talking about food by itself? It needs us to start. They're all talking about like
I know how to bring them back on track. Item number 4. We have the Lindbergh Science Kit, Pumping Heart.
pumping
You
heart.
can't go wrong with a pumping heart. I'm assuming that the heart bit is accurate, but this framework bit probably isn't.
You can paint it on the sprue because the sprue is the display.
It's 1-to-1 scale, so it's in perfect scale with the foot.
Does eModel sell Albion? Says HG Barnes, but that tube was Albion, was Alloys, wasn't it?
So I'll be
Yes, Albion Alloys is that one. So I don't
Yes.
know.
Yes,
how
they do
much-
sell Albion. Yes.
Yeah, they do. I think they do sell Albion tubing actually.
Skullfish says, "Be still, my
Yeah.
beating heart, pumping heart." Yes.
Oh right. Oh yeah. I
Wow,
get
you guys are slow.
I was waiting for.
because
someone
we're not as educated.
It is an unassembled kit, so you'd have to make it.
Oh, you'd be a heart surgeon.
You can actually be a heart surgeon. Yep.
Sergeant Bone says, that heart would be cool in a water-cooled PC.
Yeah.
It would actually, you could build into the circulation system.
That makes me shiver for some reason. It's very strange.
Does it actually pump though? Does it say if it actually does
Put a little
pumpiness?
pumpy thing there, so it looks like you pump it, and it pumps it. Yeah.
Oh, so it's not like the vibratory road roller kit. This is now with actual pumping action.
Yes, this has actual pumping action. You'd have to do it yourself, but
Ooh,
it's
That's
ideal for study and school science projects. Apparently.
yes.
Yeah, I certainly see where Sergeant Bones is coming from in that. It could actually work.
Yeah. That'd
Yeah.
look really good, wouldn't it?
A lot of people don't realise that Lindbergh, they do these science models, which are for display and education and stuff. They do actually do proper models as well of cars and trucks and planes. They're actually quite good kits as well. But yeah, they do this range of all the ones they do, like the 8-to-1 scale tooth and the replica of the human butt and things like that. They're all
something, wasn't it?
they what? Sorry,
Tooth was 400 to 1, I think.
no, that'd be a very big tooth. That'd be the size of a house. But yeah, they're all basically medical display models used in education. But some people just like them because they're cool.
Right.
I think if you don't want an 8 times normal size model of a tooth, then what's wrong with you?
Yes. So next up, that was 4th. 5th one we have is a little rebel kit, 144 for the perfect scale. It's the F14A Black Tomcat. I assume you could paint it other colours if you like, but it's the Black Tomcat. That's what it is.
Yes.
£4 and 5 pence. Can't go wrong with that. Not really any more details than that, but there we go. Yeah, it's not very big. It's 13.4 centimeters in one direction and 13.0 centimeters in the other. I can't
What size
remember
is that?
which way
What
round
size
we
is that
got.
in EU? In EU, is that like 42 in EU or something?
It's slightly smaller than the foot. I don't know. Yeah, I don't remember. We were told, TK told us which one was which, didn't he? He said the one was across the wings and one was nose to tail. But
Yeah, I think the one that's the wings width is the one with the wings and how wide they are.
Yeah.
But this would be a great little weekend kit if you got a bit of spare time at a weekend. It's only a £5. It's not even a £5. It's a £4.5p. It's not going to be huge, but it's a fun little thing. You could get a load of them, make a little air flying diorama type thing.
It's one of those little mojo busters, isn't it? Something to wet
Yeah.
palette.
Yeah, it won't take long to build, and it's fun. I like doing the little kits.
If you somehow have like a 32-foot long model of the aircraft carrier, the Enterprise, you could get a load of these and stick them on.
Yeah. Right, my penultimate choice today is the special hobby 172nd Douglas Boston Mark III.
Das ist ein Lumpenplane, yeah.
It's a plane with lots of windows and guns and things, and
it's bulbous.
Yeah, painted.
No more information on that one again. Lacking in information. The theme isn't lacking in information, but
why is there a what looks like a Lancaster with German insignia on it in the back? Why is it just very? It's not. It's a Heinkel, isn't it? It's my eyesight. It's behind the camera. I'll shut up. Carry on.
Can't tell you any more than that. It's a plane, and I think he's just shot it down.
Yes,
so
very good. It was the right thing to do.
So yes, the special hobby 172nd Douglas Boston Mark III. And the final one tonight is again something a little bit different. Gothic City Ruins from Pegasus 172nd. It's Gothic City Ruins #1. I was going to say Gotham City Ruins, but it's not.
Gotham City.
Not Gotham City. Gothic City. And yeah, it's a building, but only half a building. It's in ruins.
If anybody
collection.
This is quite handy if you, because a lot of people don't, there's a lot of people that make the lots of the 172nd figure sets. Like there's the old classic Airfix stuff, from a million years ago. But there's a lot of manufacturers that do small 172nd scale figures. And this would be great for anything from medieval upwards, basically. A lot of tabletop gamers who play traditional tabletop games, like war games, not like Warhammer and stuff, but proper like Napoleonic or I was going to say Roman then, but it's a bit early for Roman. But that kind of thing, they often tend to be in 172nd scale. So if you are a war gamer and you need some decent looking scenery for your tabletops, go for it. If you play in the 172nd scale. Or even slightly different scales, because that would kind of fit to anything. You could kind of fudge it a bit.
Nice little diorama piece, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that'd be great. On Warhammer, that you could. It might look a bit small, but hey, it doesn't matter.
Or it could be far away.
Could be far. You could have some forced perspective.
It says 4 large ruined wall sections and 2 floors, enough to make 2 ruined corners.
Ooh. So if you buy 2, you could make a whole square.
Whole ruined everything. Yeah.
What scale is it in, Chris? I can't quite see it.
172nd.
176. Oh yeah.
Got it in big writing over here.
Yeah. HG Barnes says, exactly, Fox. This is perfect for any modeler. All models are perfect for any modeler.
Absolutely. Yeah. Don't get yourself into a niche.
Yeah. You could use that for anything.
There we go. That is all of them tonight. That's 7 things, all on one theme. I'm sure you all know what the theme is by now already, but I'm going to nip through them again just to make sure you're aware.
I'm sure you all know what the theme. I like that.
It's the Hasselbauer Nissan Bluebird. The Albion Alloys Brass U channel.
The
Star Wars Force Awakens Poe Dameron's X-Wing fighter. The Lindbergh 1-to-1 Pumping Hearts.
Pumpy.
Revels 144 Black Tomcat. The Special Hobby 172nd Douglas Boston Mark III. And the Pegasus Hobbies 172nd Gothic City Ruins #1.
Now, even I know what the answer is, and I can't.
Even you know what the answer is, although
I can't make a connection out.
Yeah,
I know what the answer is, but only because Chris gave me and Ted and Colin some clues, and I got it based on the clues. But I only know from 2 things. So,
right, I shall keep the window there because I think I might have to go back to it. If nobody's got it in a couple of minutes, I'll come back. I shall stop sharing. I'll come back into the room, and I'll say, go. And wait for the flood of correct entries to arrive down there. And I did say it was challenging this week, but challenging might be a are slightly scary for some people, but we'll see how they go. And we have a correct answer already.
Wow, really? There's some smart puppies in that chat.
Carl Bloomer is correct. As he says, in 1849, Edgar Allan Poe died, age 40.
But I think as he gets the prize or whatever it is. But I think he should explain to us why. That's the answer.
Yeah.
Everyone knows why. Why is easy? I'll explain why. I'll go back through. I'll start sharing once again, just to point out to the people that might not understand the way my mind works.
I only got it based on the X-wing and the clue you gave out. So,
well, the first one is obvious. It's because it was Edgar Herman won 2 rallies in it. So we have.
Oh, okay.
We have this which was made by Allen Models. I know it's not spelt the same way, but you.
Oh, I get it, Alan. I get it.
And obviously we have Poe. It's Poe Dameron.
That's why I got it off.
So I've given you the name in the first 3. So the last 3 were just obviously to drum it home. The Beating Heart was obviously one of his famous poems and novels. Also, The Black Cat was another one of his books.
Oh, you see, I'm not. Yeah.
Oh well, the Douglas Boston. Of course, he was born in Boston.
Of course, I've got it now.
And he was obviously known for doing lots of gothic sort of stories and things.
Well, it was a good one this week. I only got it because you said Poe, and when we were having a chat earlier on, somebody said, "Whose birthday is it?" And you said it's not about their birthday. So I went on the Google and went, "Who died today?" And the first one it said was Edgar Allan Poe.
Difference between a beginner doing it and a professional.
So that was Carl Bloomer. Congratulations, well done. I'm glad somebody got it because otherwise it would have been quite embarrassing. But send your email to ted@emodels.co.uk. Tell us you won the mug for what's in store this week. We'll get it sent out. Cynical Steve put in a little bit later, again with Edgar Allan Poe. We've got some other answers that are completely wrong, so I won't mention it.
I can't believe this. I've got to be honest. It's one of the first times because when we get together and talk about this in advance, and like whoever's doing the what's in store puts it out for the other guys to guess, and it's the first time I've ever guessed correctly.
Yeah, but it wasn't because of any of the items.
Yeah, I was like, I think it was Skullfish who said UB40.
I don't know why I thought that for some reason, but I don't know why. So I've got a bit of a conversation going on there.
I never progressed beyond the Beano, so I don't know.
Sat there going, "Cool, they're nice kits and pictures."
I never look beyond like the most simple of things, so I never get it. I don't even get the easy ones.
Last week going, space, that's nice and easy. It's like,
yeah. Don't worry, Colin. We don't hold you up to doing something that Chris would do because none of us do it like Chris would do.
Ted's getting there.
Right, I'm like, let someone win it.
Ted's getting there. He's getting the right sort of mindset to go a little bit sneaky and behind the scenes. And
yeah, it's my turn next week, so I'll be deciding about 8:30.
Ted's theme next week: horses. This one's a horse, then we've got a horse, then a horse.
Yeah, it'll be Araldite. Tony will be going, that Araldite, I won the horse.
See, now in my head, I'm up here and I'm thinking 1 week I have to have all the models have to be horses, but the theme has to be like 1970s rally winners or something because it's just not obvious.
Oh, well done anyway. Yeah. Now what do we do?
Yeah, now,
I'm hoping we'll find out what Foxx is all behind the scenes.
Before we do that, we do have a photograph to show that went from ages ago.
Oh yes, let me look it on you, Ted Wardicus.
Who was it from, by the way? I forgot.
Bob Dobalina. It was from Lewis.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, a few weeks ago, we got the mouse won't work.
His mouse has gone to sleep. No.
Yeah. Right, a few weeks ago, we got sent an email from someone. Someone. Where's the email gone?
Totally professional, this program, I tell you. While you're flailing, Ted, I'll answer Spriggly's question. Spriggly asks if you started building your excavator. Yes, he's started building it and filming it.
Yeah, well, I haven't started building it yet. I'm doing the opening the box and getting everything ready and having a. So the first video will be sort of fairly short.
Oh, dear.
Show you what's in the
Oh.
box. Gives you time to go to eModels and buy one if you want to build along. So there's always that as well. Right.
Ted, the whole point of me doing that little bit there was so you could distract them while you look for your thing.
Yeah, that
not for you. Not for you to dive in.
That went really well, didn't it?
Yeah. Don't
ordinarily-
look behind the curtain. Here's the curtain. What's that?
Found it anyway. Right. Is it locked on me?
Yes, it's locked on you, dear boy.
Right. I'll find the
I love my job.
I'll find the button to share the screen. Oh, there we go.
Oh,
There we go. Oh,
don't worry, folks. Ted doesn't have that particular button.
Yeah. Right, this is a picture that was sent a few weeks ago from Lewis Williamson, who says this is his little girl who built a bright pink beetle. She's 3 years old with the attitude of a 23-year-old. And her belly is, at the time, was full of roast pork. So brilliant.
Yes.
Yes.
Wonderful. That's really cool for a 3-year-old. I do love it when people encourage younglings to get into the hobby.
Yeah.
And there's so many kits out there now, because I know you've done it with Skylar, haven't you, Ted?
We have.
You've got
We
Skylar
really
building those
enjoyed it,
aircraft
yeah.
Lego things.
Yeah. The thing is, I'll just stop sharing. The thing is to let the kids do it themselves,
Ah!
and not trying to be too over. Just let them do it themselves. Don't worry about part A's and stuff to part B, or that's painted a different colour. Just let them do it and enjoy it.
Fine line between helping them and saying, "Why don't you try doing this way," rather than just, "No, you're doing it all wrong."
I mean, it's difficult this day and age now, isn't it? Because everyone's used to that instant satisfaction, aren't they? With
Yeah.
everything, and model making, you've got to let it dry, and then you've got to let the paint dry, and not everyone's up for that. But it is nice to see the next generation learning it.
Yeah, usually I found with Skylar a good thing to do with her. You know when you buy kits and you've got them little plastic pots of paint that you never use, you just throw them away. You just get a box full of them. Give her the whole box and a few paintbrushes. And think, there you go, get on with it.
Yeah, I've encouraged. I don't have kids, but I've encouraged my friends' kids sometimes to build bits and bobs. And I found like you guys say, the best thing is you give them a really simple kit. Just something that's not going to frustrate them, and like those little Lego style Airfix ones where they don't have to glue them. They're great fun. And then, like Ted says, give them some crappy paints. Just don't have to give them anything. Don't have to give them all the good stuff. And then you sit there and you just say go. And like Ted did with Skylar, Ted is just Grandpa Ted who's there to do the bit I don't want to do.
Yeah.
Or I don't quite get this, Grandpa Ted. You can do that. You're just there to sit and watch them, and then if they need your help, they'll ask.
Absolutely.
And you give them the pot of paint, and they might stick the wrong end. They might just stick the finger in and be like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's right.
When
Building, isn't it?
yeah, I've told the story before. That I was completely locked on Colin when I said all that. Brilliant. I've said the story before that I used to, when I was a kid, I used to get models. I was addicted to getting cheap models, and I'd build them, and then I'd play with them like toys, and then they'd get destroyed. I wouldn't. I'd just build them and play with them. I was in like 7 or 8. And then my dad one day said, right, if you're going to do models, if you're going to save up your money and take your spends each week and spend them on model kits, you're going to do it right. I'm going to take you to a model shop and you're going to get a kit and some paints. And he took me to a shop in Manchester and I bought a Russian T62A from Tamiya, 135th. He bought me all the right paints and we got home and he said, right, there you go. Now you can do a proper model. And he just left me to it. And I built this thing and that was it. I was hooked. He didn't tell me what to, he just said, if you're going to do it, I'm going to show you, give you a chance to do it right. And he just took me there, got all the bits and said, right, see if you like that then. And it was like, that set me off. So,
yeah, I mean, I used to watch my uncle build these planes and stuff. And that's what got me into it, because it was that curiosity. How are you doing that? How did you make that out of that kit? And yeah. Like I say, when you first start doing your own, it just gets you, doesn't it?
Right. Who's doing the what's in store?
I've just done that.
Not the what's in store. Who's doing the last week's giveaway?
Colin's doing that.
I've got that. So if you want, I'm just quickly going to refresh the page before I share the screen.
The only reason I ask is I've got some stuff I need to do now.
Yeah, no, that's all right.
What are we doing first then? Are we doing Colin's last week's?
Yeah, should we do the one from last week?
The video for last week.
Oh, okay.
You can go and comment on last week's video. You might still be in with a chance to win.
Yes.
but you've only got
Yes.
like 20 seconds. So
Yeah.
Yeah, if you remember last week, we asked you to put a comment on about Australia.
Australia.
We said, write an interesting but not necessarily amusing but not necessarily factual comment about Australia.
So I'm still refreshing on my Stone Age PC. It's not that quick.
Well, do you want me to do my bit then, and then?
Oh yeah, carry on, mate.
Yeah, that
Okay.
I did see a comment there that said something.
Brilliant, well done.
Find it now. It was Natalie Williamson. Oh yeah, she said she was proud of the kit and loved it, but was determined that it was going to be pink.
Yeah.
Right, it's refreshed now.
Oh, lovely.
So,
Yeah, and when you've got a little kid like that building something like that, whatever decision they make is absolutely the correct decision. Always.
there you go. I'm
Yeah.
just going to share the screen then.
Lovely. Yeah, my dad yesterday, he just left me to build stuff.
Rightio, that's last week's giveaway. So I'll
Yep.
just quickly pause that.
Oh, that's boring. You can't leave it on a picture of the countdown. You have to pick an annoying one of
Loads and loads and loads of different answers on there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we've got 24 answers.
Yeah, Mark Scopes
cool.
has put some, Red Len, A-Man, Clarkey, Dave Weiser, Gone Barker. And this is to win the Revell 135th scale Dingo 2.
Dingo. I love that word, dingo. Some of the Australian names for stuff are the
It's
best names.
actually a nice looking bit of kit, isn't it?
Yeah.
I
It's
think-
got an interior and everything.
Yeah, it's got interior. It's just got that quirky sort of
A-team.
80s A-team sort of.
Yeah, it's like they've had a.
Dingo, though.
It's like
Yeah.
they've locked the A-team van in a shed with a load of tools, and
Yeah,
they've had to
you
do
could
it
do
up
some
into.
kind of like post-apocalyptic type thing with it. But yeah, so that's what you're in for, a chance of winning. So I'm just going to load the
While
URL.
you do that, let's have a look at some of the comments that came through last week. Just
Yeah, we got
yeah.
Mark Scopes puts a British man's visiting Australia. The customs agent asks him, "Do you have a criminal record?" British
you know,
man.
that should be, do you have a criminal record?
Yeah,
You got a criminal record, mate? Right.
I didn't think you needed one to get into Australia anymore.
Here all week trying to fish.
Yeah,
Red Lynn says he forgot how to throw his boomerang, then it came back to him.
Yeah. It's like question from Matty's metal detecting. What do you call a lazy baby kangaroo? A pouch potato. Cheers, bro.
Ostrich says Australia. It's all right, I suppose. Not as good as Canada. But hey,
Felice has put what music the kangaroos like. Hip hop.
Wow.
Boom, boom, boom.
Paul Horner says. Paul Horner says it moved.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, go on.
Paul Horner said we're all reading your screen, Colin.
Oh,
Paul
sorry, mate.
Go down a bit. The camera's in the way. Go down a bit. I mean, go up a bit.
Educating Fester Part 1.
Go up a bit.
the fact that Great Barrier Reef has a mailbox.
Yeah. Aussies drink 1.7 billion litres of beer. It's moved again. Colin, go up a little bit. Up a little bit. My camera's in the way.
Oh,
Aussies drink
sorry,
1.
mate.
Go down.
No,
One of
the
them.
other way. The other way. We have to have words with these staff members, aren't we? Aussies drink 1.7 billion litres of beer per year. That's about 680 bottles of beer for each adult. It wasn't even that funny at the end of it, after all. Well, I mean, it was until we tried reading it for 10 minutes.
Michael Jackman says Australia is only out the back. Out back. It's only out back. Yeah, I ruined that joke, really, didn't I?
Paul Di Tommaso says, he says, I don't know why he says hello, love, which is English. Hello, love. Have you seen me dingo? It's kind of more English than Australian, that one, so I had to give it a northern. Hello.
Hello.
I can't find my dingo. I put it down and it may have moved.
I just think it's about time you press that button and chose it.
Yeah, I think we were. I don't know why we were stalling, but we were.
I'm hoping that it's not one of those that gets winning now. I hope it's a different one.
So I'll just drop the URL in there.
Oh,
This is where I get a slightly moody advert come up, is it?
Yeah, it's
Comment picker.
yeah.
You use Foxes, I see. I understand. Okay.
just make sure the button is the button and not a fake button.
Yeah,
There
that-
you go.
That one there, yeah.
Yeah, that's the one.
Right, let's see who the winner is then.
I think one of these days we'll just have to have a look at Sandra Sirra's nail art as well and just see what happens. Okay, so that's loaded the comments.
Perhaps we should invite him 1 week.
Yeah, a randomly pick winner. Yeah.
Yeah.
No preparation has gone into this.
No,
whatsoever.
that's the way we like it.
Rightio.
3, 2, 5.
There
7.
you go. The winner is Ted's mate, David Moores.
David Moores.
One comment saying Straya.
G'day, mate, from Straya.
Yeah, well
So
done, Dave.
congratulations. I'll let Ted say his name.
David Moores.
David Moores.
It's David. Yeah.
Yeah. Congratulations, David. You are the proud winner, mate, of
Yeah.
David
the
Moores.
Rebel Dingo.
Brian
Yeah.
Dingo.
Yeah. Happy
Now,
day.
do remember when you do build it, David, if you can, send some pictures to eModel. Either mail them to ted@emodels.co.uk when you finish building it
Yeah.
and painting it, or stick them up on the Facebook page for eModels, eModels UK, I think it is, or LTD. I
Yeah.
forget now.
Or if it's just going to go in the stash, at least send us a picture of you with the model.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, with a cup of tea for scale.
Mm.
Well done. You just need to send an email to ted@emodels.co.uk. The email address is up there.
Yeah.
And just put your name and your address, obviously. You don't need to put your YouTube name because it's David Moores.
Yeah.
Assuming it is, in fact, your name.
Yeah. But make sure in the title, you put in the title that you've won the Dingo, just so we know, because we'll see that and we'll forward it straight onto the guys at eModels and they'll get that sent out to you. So well done.
Need to take a screenshot of that, mate, for you.
No, you're fine.
No, you're all right. Yeah, I can close it all down then. Yeah.
Yeah, you can save your PC from exploding now.
We'll finish with that bit now. Yeah.
Now I have some things to announce.
Stop pressing. Hello. to the rest of the
Yes, I have some things to announce. First and foremost, I need to do a screen share, so I need to close that down. I need to shut that thing there. I need to make sure all those other things that people don't need to see are closed.
Are
Don't
you
even
announcing
ask.
that you're pregnant again?
Yeah, I'm pregnant again. I did have a curry, but I've got the bulge now. I've got a curry baby. Right, so I'm going to look it on me. Yes, I have some announcements.
Some.
Sort of announcements. I'm going to do a screen share, so let me press all the wrong buttons. Share screen, and it's that one, and we need to go over there to that. That wasn't the first one you were supposed to see. Right, so first of all...
We saw it. It's behind you.
Oh, well, first of all... Yeah, but it's not what you think, though. First of all, it was somebody's birthday this week.
Mm.
It was somebody's birthday this week. And that person might think that we all forgot. And we totally did. However, it has been decided that person deserves a bit of a present.
Oh.
So that person will be receiving this Hobby Boss German Landwasser Schlepper something behind my camera. I can't read it.
Yeah, LWS early type.
Yes, so Ted, you're going to get the
Tank that's really a boat. What could
tank
be better?
tanky boat, because you like your boats and you like your tanks and you like men in blue outfits for some weird reason. you like cars with funnels.
Does it come with a puppy dog?
It does come with I don't know, maybe it does. Let's have a look. Oh, it should do. What if you make it like in the middle of the ocean though? Because then it wouldn't have any puppy dog areas.
You have to swim.
Yeah.
It'd be a swimming puppy dog. So Tedward, happy birthday from all the guys at eModels.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yes, it was decided you were going to get a gift for your birthday. So just drop James Mate a quick email to let him know. Do you want to write that number down? I've got it saved.
Name.
Oh, so thanks everybody. Thanks, Pete.
Yay.
Mate.
So you're going to get one of those, Ted. We do expect you to send us a photograph, obviously, when you've built it.
Yeah. Thanks, Pete. Mate. Thanks, Debbie.
Yay. It was probably Debbie, I suspect. Now, there is, of course, as you noticed, that Pete Mate was sending me text messages up the wazoo there. That is because we weren't planning on one tonight, but we are going to have a giveaway.
Ooh.
Now, we're not giving away the German dog truck boat bear car man like this thing, because this is specially for Tedward. So this is a special Ted man. It's got too many wheels on it.
Yeah, it's got tracks. It's a boat.
I know, but it's got too many wheels.
Yeah, I think all the weathering possibilities on that.
It's like, at least when we did the funny tanks, we just put a big curtain up. It's just...
Mm.
Anyway, yes, we're going to do a giveaway. And this week, we are going to give away we're going to give away this, the Airfix 172nd Blackburn Buccaneer S Mark II Royal Navy. What kind of plane is that? It's a Buccaneer. Yes, it's lovely.
Buccaneer. Cracking egg. I used to see them flying off Ark Royal. Great footage of that.
Was that when you were young? You used to hang around the Ark Royal for your weekends?
Well, you did say I had a thing for Men in Blue.
So you can see there it is a refueling flight. It's got the little refueling widget on the top there on the schnoz. It's got this handy. I'm assuming this is an air brake system and for like locking off when it lands on the aircraft carrier. I don't know what that is.
I don't know.
What
It looks like it stands up on its tail.
Yeah, it's kind of in the way of. It's like almost like a baffle for the engines.
Air brake, doesn't it?
Yeah, maybe. It's kind of awesome. Okay, I'm getting more instructions as we speak. Hang on.
That away.
So we are giving away this one. So you can win this, and it looks for kind of rather awesome. I don't know. It might even be a new tooling. I'm not sure. I think it might be.
I think
it is, isn't it?
I think
Yeah.
I've seen something in the Facebooks and that about this. I think it might be. I'm sure the people in chat will know.
Yeah, I think it might be one of their new toolings and new releases because it does have a look about it.
Well, they seem to be retooling a lot of their kits now, don't they?
Yeah, I mean, it's because they pulled themselves up by the bootstraps from the dark days, and although they've still got like what kits they had left from the big clearing out, they've got all the old tools.
Can you just show us the photographs as well of the colour scheme again? I just wondered if it is in Ark Royal colours.
You can have grey, or you can have grey.
No, it doesn't have. I don't think it has the Ark Royal.
What did it say? Operating from the decks of Britain's relatively small aircraft carriers, the Buccaneer are to be tough and it's rugged. No nonsense design approach was underlined rather effectively by the aircraft's yada 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 yada. More information, yes.
Mark says it's in the Airfix magazine this month. Yeah.
Oh, lovely. In that case, yes, it's a new tooling, so it's going to be a bit. And the thing is, it's a 172nd kit, but look at the detail on that.
Yeah, Phil Lewis has put in that it's a brand new tooling as well.
I would be honest and say I wouldn't have pegged that as 172nd if I just saw only thing I saw was that picked. That looks like a 148 scale. Yeah, so you can win that, and you're going to like it. So all you need to do is put a comment on when this show is finished. Put a comment on, and if you want to win this specific plane, just put something amusing about sailors.
Clean though.
A naval type, sailor type joke.
So
now I'm being quite specific
sailing
here.
Then.
Yeah, because I'm being quite specific here. Because if you want to win this specific kit, put an amusing comment about sailors. Because, and I'm going to blow your minds now. I'm going to blow your minds because I'm going to do something on the eModels website. Look at this. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do this with my loud keyboard. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to give this away as well.
Giveaways.
Double giveaway. I know. I'm getting
Double
text messages all over the place here. We're going to give this away as well. This is the Bandai 172nd scale Star Wars X-Wing Starfighter. Bandai make the best kits in the world.
It's the same scale as well.
It's the same scale. You could win them both. Yes, it's one of Bandai. Bandai, as you know, a couple of years ago got the license for Star Wars. They blew fine molds out of the water. They are push-fit kits, but you can assemble them as traditional kits. They are not skimping on detail. If you've only ever built crappy push-fit kits before from certain brands, forget. If you've never built a Bandai kit, forget everything you know. These are exquisite kits.
Great detail.
Yeah, they come with water slides, and if you prefer stickers, because they can either be built unpainted, because they do come pre-coloured. Unpainted, you can stick stickers on if you're a younger builder, or if you're proper hardcore, you can paint them up and put water slides on. I've built the fine molds, and I've built the Bandai X-Wing, and the fine molds was a classic, but the Bandai has more accurate detail. So it is a wonderful, wonderful introduction to Bandai if you've never done Bandai. They are awesome, and you can win this. And if you want to win this, just this, then put a comment on this week's video. So when this show is finished, it becomes a normal video. About 10 minutes after we finish, put a comment on and just say something amusing about space.
Can I just ask how that's going to work when we draw a winner?
Yes, what we'll do next week, we will do random comments. The first comment we pick relating to sailors will be the one that wins the Buccaneer.
So we'll
And
just
then we'll-
keep clicking until we come up with one for space, and then
Yeah,
the first
we'll-
one, the space one, will win the space thing.
Yeah. So it might be that several people get pulled the comment, but it's the first one that mentions the Sailor Boys that gets the Buccaneer, and the first comment that mentions space will win the X-Wing. I'm doing all this off the top of my head as I'm
Yeah,
making up. It's great, isn't it?
I'm visualising us sitting there for 10 minutes, the end of the next show, clicking
It
around.
might
Oh,
well
no, it's
be.
another Sailor one. Oh, no, it's another Sailor one.
It
Well,
might
it's
well
another
be.
Sailor one.
In brackets, then sailor or space.
Well, we'll know. Yeah, so do a comment about space or about sailors, and put in brackets sailor or space, or just put X-wing or Buccaneer in the comments. Either way, we'll go through one by one. And the first one to mention.
Don't put them all in the same comment though. Don't make them two separate comments.
Yeah, you don't win both.
Two separate comments. You might get picked for both, but you've got to take your chances. So we are giving away both the X-wing and the Blackburn Buccaneer. How awesome is that? 2 in 1.
Ooh.
So you want to do 2 comments, one for that one, talk about the Navy, one for this one, talk about the spec, and you might win both. You probably won't, and we'll pull 2 winners next week.
I think we'll decide that if your name should get picked twice, and you take the first prize that you're given, and somebody else will pick a second.
Yeah.
So that makes it fair.
Roll it over, yeah.
So you can't win.
Yeah, so don't answer. If anybody does put like both answers in one comment, we take the first mention of the first. If they sailors in space, we'll just say sailors.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's that. However, I'm not finished. There's not
Triple
more
giveaway.
giveaways. Not more giveaways. So I'm going to close that down. But what I'm going to do is stop screen sharing because I also have some news.
Oh, boy.
Now, remember the last time you saw me get this excited? It was when they started selling gunplay. Remember that? I was like,
No, that was much more excited. I could tell that.
yeah. No, this is much more excited now.
Oh,
Because it's only breaking news, and it's not happening just yet, but soon you will be able to purchase from the lovely people at eModels the Warhammers.
Oh, is that all?
Oh dear.
Yes. Processes and talks are underway for the guys to start stocking GW stuff. So it's early days. It's not going to be right away, but it is going to happen. So yes. So stay tuned for news and updates of them stocking paints, tools, and kits and all kinds of good stuff. It's all going to happen. Yes.
Remember, you heard it here first.
Yes, you heard it here first. So it will be happening in the future. So then it gives me even more reason to talk about the Warhammers. So you will one day.
Earlier, were you
You
all
will
excited and not able to talk properly for a little while after he told you?
And, well, that's what the text coming through were. So,
Yeah, that's
so
why
yes,
he
so
muted his mic, wasn't it? Because he was doing.
I was going.
I did little noises, yeah.
That's
I was
why
doing
little
little dancing
Craig, He
noises.
was running around. He was running around his room.
Fox was last seen running towards Stoke.
So yes, in the future it may well be then that you see me doing eModels build that just happens to be a Warhammer.
So another visit to eModels may be on the cards before Christmas.
Yes. Well, hopefully I'll have to go down when I finish the big Millennium Falcon anyway. So.
Oh.
So it's early days yet. It's just breaking news, as I say. Discussions are underway, so stay tuned for upcoming developments. It'll probably be a slow introduction. It won't be like the entire range all at once. It might be a few bits, and then slowly we'll build up what's being carried. But yes, stay tuned. Many good things happening.
Cool.
Happy times.
Where are, Zadster says they're definitely going to need a bigger shop. Where are they going to put it?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
that's what I was thinking. It's like,
A container on top of the first one.
Yeah.
Has Fox volunteered his front room?
No, don't tell Mama Fox. Yes. So yeah, it's early. It's early days. It's just breaking news. So yeah, stay tuned. It'll be a gradual thing.
Good. That's a good.
Happy times.
That's a good note to end on. So, well,
I think that's all the updates. I've not had any more text messages coming through. So
right. So, yeah, on that high note, we'll leave it for this week. 2 giveaways, remember?
I have 2 giveaways.
Yeah, and I've got a present as well from the guys at eModels. Thank you very much. Thank
Yes,
you.
I've got a note of the special number here, Ted. So you can just mail James to put one away for you.
Well,
But you see, this is why it's worth watching all the way through the show, because you never know when Pete Mate's been sat in the kitchen on the 70-inch telly watching, and maybe he's had a bit of a fizzy beverage. I mean, we're going to give this away now, and he might just pop things in at the last minute, so it's worth watching.
Yeah, it might be Debbie as well that's making these decisions as well.
Oh, yeah, you could be right.
Well, we know who makes the decisions, don't we?
Yeah, we know.
Yeah, we
Well,
know
big-
who makes the decisions.
Well, a big, massive thank you to both of them. Also, one other little tidbit of news, and again, it might be happening, might be. When we were talking about e-mugs earlier on, it might be mugs with us on them.
Oh dear.
Might be, I don't know. I'm not 100% sure, but we'll see.
Yeah, collect the set. Yeah, yeah. Maybe we'll have a ranking then of who sold the most mugs this week. Or 10.
Yeah, right. Is one of us going to be the super mug?
Yeah, one of them is like, oh, they never pick me for their team.
There's going to be an ordering going from Foxx for 10 Foxx mugs, isn't there? You know it's going to happen.
A Pete mate sent me a text saying, yes, it is. I don't know. That could be referring to a number of
As long
different
as
things.
it's not them heat reactive mugs that you put the hot water in and your clothes come off.
No.
Steady Neris.
Oh, no.
Zad says, what about cutting mats with your faces on for people that don't like you? Oh,
That's cruel.
I think they,
Oh, Pete says, yeah, yes, mugs 100%. He wasn't saying, yes, it's Debbie 100%. He's saying, yes, it's mugs 100%.
Linda says, thanks, Pete, mate, and Debbie, mate.
would it be
Yeah.
cool to get Toby jugs of us all? Just be so good.
Michael Jackson says, "Glad I've already got 3 mugs." So,
Hey.
Yeah.
Well, imagine that you could win a mug each, like for weeks on the run, and you could end up with the whole set.
Yeah.
It'd be like football stickers. People be trading mugs. I've got 3 Teds and a Colin, but I need a Fox and a Chris.
You'll see them appearing on eBay for sale at Ted Bug.
Ted mug, Fox mug, Chris mug.
Telford going, I've got 3 Teds. I've got 2 Festas.
On mine, it should just be saying, "Don't be putting tea in this."
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that would be it, wouldn't it? And the Ted Bug would be for tea. The Fox would be for coffee. Oh no, the Ted Bug would be for gin.
Yeah, get it right. Chris would be. I'd be coffee. Chris would be, well, Colin would be tea. What would you be? What would you be, Chris?
Coke, I'll be all right.
Would you what?
It would
Coke
have
in
an
mine.
anti-bag slippage device fitted to it.
Yours would have to be. Yours, Colin, would have like tea, but it'll have like water level and milk level because you like your builders.
Saying to them earlier, the DIY stroop waffle holder would be in place.
I'm still a bit torn as to if I'd want to drink out of a mug with my own face on it. That probably would be better than drinking out of a mug with Fox's face on it, because
It's better than drinking out of a cup with my boat on it.
Well, exactly.
That'll be the life. That'll be the life, you see, when Pete mate sends us the mugs. They'll all be our own mugs.
Right,
So we can sit there drinking. We got the best job in the world.
Oh, absolutely. And props to Pete for doing it at the end
Yeah.
of the day, you know.
Yeah,
it's-
massive thanks to Pete and Debbie for all the prizes and all the goodness and Ted's prize and the Games Workshop. Yes.
So after the mugs, we'll get onto the shot glasses.
Yeah. Then we'll just get onto the shots. And then,
Anyway, I think
it's personalised
we'll-
pajamas.
I think we'll now all go off and measure our feet and make plans
Steady.
for converting the Ted van into a mobile Ted van.
Oh, yeah, the eModels Roadshow. What possibly could go wrong?
Well, we've put a bar in the back, but it's dead easy to make all the optic because it's just gin.
The trouble is, by the time he's gone around and picked us all up, it'll be time to go home.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be a rubbish road trip for the last person picked up.
So while I go and put the hula girl in the front of the van to give it lots of that,
Yes, classy.
and some tassels around the screen. We'll leave it today. It's been a great night. Look at all the things we've got to give away. So don't forget, comment on the eModels video. We give it a bit of time to render. Get in there. Get your friends. Come along and watch for next week. You never know what's going to happen as well.
Yeah. And remember, make it 2 different comments. One about sailors for the Buccaneer and one about space for the X-Wing. If you can enter for both, but it needs to be 2 separate comments.
And if you did win something today, don't forget to email ted@emodels.co.uk with your
in the top left
name, address, and stuff, and we'll get that out.
Yeah. I do love giving stuff away when it's not us that has to send it out. It's so much
great.
better.
Yeah, I will get round to sending the outstanding stickers out.
Outstanding.
Outstanding stickers. But until next week when we do it all again, so tell your friends, come along. You never know what's going to happen. We'll do it again next week. Fox, press the button and say good night.
I'm going to say good night.
Good night. Bye.
Bye.
Good night.